You were 8 weeks old when you came here.
Yes. So my parents were past the age to adopt domestically. So they had a friend that had adopted a baby from Bogota. So they pretty much decided to do the same thing. So it took them a couple of years, I think, but then they found out they got me. So they traveled down to Colombia and stayed a week and picked me up and brought me back. And then I pretty much grew up my whole life in central Minnesota.
Where in Central? What? Is it like a small town?
Tiny town. So I wasn't the only adoptee, but there was a lot of domestic adoptees. But I was the only Hispanic girl in my entire school, and that was like K through 12. Have you been back to Guatemala?
Yeah, I've been back twice.
Oh, that's amazing.
I met my birth family a few years ago, so that was the last time I've gone. But hopefully next year I'll be able to go again. Yeah.
Do you guys stay in contact?
Yeah, I talk to my sister every month. And
Wow.
my birth mom, like maybe a few times a year, but more so my sister.
So you have, is she a full biological sister?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she's older than me. I think she's maybe 3 or 4 years older than me, so yeah, it's interesting. Have you been back to Colombia?
I'm trying to plan a trip back right now. I definitely, like I said, like when I was younger, I really had no interest, but I think I was kind of like suppressing that I didn't have an interest because it just seemed so like foreign and far away. So like now I really want to go back. I really want to see it, and so it's just like I finally feel like I kind of worked up the courage to go. So the trip's in the planning stages, but I think I'll go back and I want to see Fauna, where I was adopted from. But I don't think I want to do like a birth family search like the first time when I go back.
It's a lot to handle.
Yeah.
I didn't do a search the first time I went back either, and I think that was a good decision because I could just kind of travel around the country and see what it's like, and
Right.
so by the second time I went back, I was very familiar with everything. It wasn't like shocking. I mean, the first time wasn't really shocking either, but I think going to a country I've never been to before and also searching for birth family is just a lot for people.
So did you feel like you came home?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really did. It was an amazing feeling to go back to Guatemala, and I miss it.
I know a lot of people go with like parents. Did you go with?
The first time I didn't, but the second time I did. My adoptive parents have been really supportive of me searching for birth family, so when the opportunity came, they really wanted to be there with me. So they came with me, and I think it was good for them to be there.
Yeah.
Be that support system. And
I know. I thought about how it would be to like bring my parents back because they'd been there earlier, but like my parents are now, and my dad's like in his late 60s, and it's just like traveling is not spending more than like 1 hour in a confined area. It's like not very okay.
Do your parents want to go, or?
I've talked about it, and they said, "Oh, that's gonna be great for you," but never really expressed kind of an interest in them going. But that's just kind of the people they are. Like that's why we live in a town of 700 people in the middle of nowhere, because that's what they like. So, but I think like if I like pushed it, that they would find a way to go. But I don't know. It's kind of something that I want to do on my own too.
Yeah.
Was it like awkward having your parents there at the same time?
I would say it was more so awkward. I mean, my parents, they're very Scandinavian.
Yeah.
Very Minnesotan, and they stuck out like sore thumbs. I was more so concerned for their safety because they didn't speak any Spanish. They hadn't been to Guatemala since they got me. Just like cultural norms and all that kind of stuff. My parents just didn't really understand that, so I felt like I had a pretty good support system and knowledge going into the whole situation. So that was really handy to have. So it wasn't really like awkward to have them there, but yeah, they really wanted to go though, so we made it happen.
Good. So did you like feel a connection with your birth mother at all?
I did. I actually wanted to search for my birth mother my whole life, so I was always looking for ways to be able to do that, and then one day it came up, so we did it, and it was very life-changing, I think, for me. It answered a lot of questions, but then it also brought up a lot more, and trying to figure out how you're going to fit into that whole family dynamic, and it's been challenging, but.
So how did you go about doing your search?
I hired a searcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she searched for her and found her within a month.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it happened really quick, which is very rare.
Right.